Hey everybody, welcome back to Breakfast with Bob from CLASH Daytona. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by the NASCAR Foundation, Daytona International Speedway, USA Triathlon, Aquasphere, and Varlo. Our next guest, three-time Olympian, two-time world champion, Mr. Vincent Luis. How you doing, Vincent?
I'm really good, Bob. Thanks for having me. Long time no see, but yeah, really glad to be back here, sitting next to you.
Hopefully it means you're healthy. Because this last year, over a year, it seems you've been injury.
Yeah. For the past 1.5 years, I think I spent more time in the boot than really running. But it's all right now. All the last images, the scans, everything, they seem all right. So yeah, I'm really happy to be on my two legs and firing on all cylinders. If I can say that here, I think it's a good place to say.
You can say it's on all cylinders. It's a good place to be firing on all parts of that. So when you're dealing with that, when you're dealing with all the injuries, is there a point where you're starting to wonder, is there ever going to be a light at the end of the tunnel here? Am I ever coming back?
Yeah, I mean, you go through really dark places. When you're injured, it's hard, and I'm part of an international squad coached by Joel Fiedel, and all the guys, they go back and forth to races, and you see them winning medals and everything. So it's really hard, but it also motivates you. And I got great people around me. They really helped me to like keep the chin up and try to keep training. But yeah, it is a tough period. But I kept sight on racing. I kept sight on winning, and yeah, I mean it was tough. But I never thought about really quitting or whatever, because I still think, even if I went 3 times to the Olympics and won 2 world titles, I can still think I can achieve more. So yeah, still motivated as a young guy.
Well, and especially you want to go to 2024.
Yeah, I mean, Paris 2024, it's an opportunity of a lifetime to have the Olympics at home, I would say, and yeah, I really want to do that, and after that we'll see. I always say, if I win a Olympic gold medal, I retire straight away, but long distance now, it's kind of growing into me. So
I was going to say, you have the talent for the long. Obviously, you got talent for whatever the hell you want to do, but long distance, you could be. I'd say you could win an Ironman World Championship. You could win a 70.3 World. You could do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I just, when you race on the short course distance and you race like under federation and it's the Olympics, it's a lot of rules, it's a lot of pressure. You always have to like answer questions and things. And long distance just seems fun. A lot less pressure. You can
do your own thing.
Yeah, design your own kit, like riding cool bikes, race wherever you want in the world. And I think that's really appealing to me right now. That's really what I want to do. It's like, just, okay, I've spent 15 years of my life just answering political questions, like please people, race, the same venue for 10 years in a row, and now I just want to go somewhere else, do something else. But yeah, 2 more years, Paris 2024, and then it's time to have some fun.
For a lot of the ITU races or WTS races or whatever they're calling it now, WTCS,
whatever, it's too long.
Change the name every year.
Yeah.
Are there always age group events associated with them, or not always?
No, not all the time. And on some venues, it's impossible. I mean, we race like with 60 on the start line, so you can't really make it happen for age groupers. And it's really often like downtown in big cities, and they can't just shut down the roads for too long.
Right.
Sometimes we barely do course recon because it's just too busy. So it's also good, to share it. Like I'm always about sharing with the kids, trying to teach them and help them and share the experience and the knowledge and leaving a legacy. But in ITU, it's really hard because the kids from France, they don't get to come and watch races.
No.
It's too far. I raced in Abu Dhabi a week ago, and there was no kids from France.
Right.
So that's why I think Paris 2024 is good. Hope to send a good signal to the kids if they wanna come into triathlon. But the good thing with long distance is, I don't know, in France we got Ironman Nice, we got a lot of big races, and so yeah, if I can.
It looks like you have an Ironman World Championship potentially coming.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. I mean, Nice it's a good place.
Yeah, it's a great place for Ironman Worlds. That wouldn't be a bad thing for Vincent Luis to win in his home country after winning the Olympic gold. That'd be a good combo.
Yeah.
The reason I asked about the age groupers is I just feel the bond in the long distance racing between the pros and the age groupers, because you're both doing the same thing. It doesn't happen in any other sport, really, where, okay, in the marathon, you've got the elite guys and the age groupers are racing, but there's no mingling.
Mm-mm.
Where in this, someone who's racing here in Daytona will come up to you afterwards, hey, how was the win for you on the bike? Because, they did the same, they rode the same course you did. There's a bond there.
Yeah, of course. Some sport, in France, for example, soccer is super famous.
Yes.
We call it football, but soccer.
Yes.
And but you never get to talk to a soccer player.
No.
You never get to even touch the grass where they play.
No.
Nothing. And it's the same with track and field. This guy, they're racing maybe 3,000 steeplechase on the track.
Right.
But you're watching them, but
you're not.
Who has raced a 3,000 steeplechase?
Never.
Nobody. And you can't even try because it's really hard to put together and everything. So you don't even have the perception of how fast they go because these guys are going really fast.
Right.
But for us in a triathlon, you can check, this race, okay, there's a pro race and this guy did these times, these splits. I'm going to try and see where I stand next to him.
Right.
And that's I think that's the good part with triathlon.
I love
you
it.
can really identify yourself with the pros and try to challenge yourself and just have a good chat and my first real long distance was in Indian Wells last year.
when you got hit by a car.
Yeah.
But besides that, it was good.
Yeah. and I remember at the trophy ceremony at the end and the awards, there was Lionel Sanders and big star, North America and everything. And there was a line of people that just wanted to talk to him.
Yes.
For a few seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's what triathlon is about. It's about sharing. It's about caring and that's what I want to do. I want to share the thing because you got an Olympic medal, you get back to your bed, you put it on the bedside table, and tomorrow is another day. You did not share anything.
Well, that's the thing is I think what I hear from when people who watch our show, they get to know you. They get to know rather than just looking at he's a 3-time Olympian and he's 2-time world champion. They find out about, there were some really low moments for me. And they can relate to that because they have those at work, with family, maybe in racing. So every pro athlete at one point was an age grouper.
Yeah.
So there is that connection that is really, really important. And I always wondered about that with the ITU racing because you don't seem to have that. There's a disconnect.
No, even in between athletes, we stay at hotels within our own nation. So we don't, there is people on the circuit that don't even speak English because they don't have to.
Right.
They stay with their coaches and the staff and they don't even have to talk to other people.
Right.
And that's what I miss a little. It's just, Super League is actually good with that.
Super League is really good
because we really mix up everyone.
Yes.
There is it doesn't matter where you come from. You just sit at the table and the guy next to you might come from wherever in the world.
Yes.
And I think that's great. And that's the good thing with long distance. I get to know this guy through podcasts or interviews. I remember Sebastian Kinley. I've never had a chat with him, but I listened to a lot of podcasts with him. And I'm just like, wow, this guy he's a legend. He's just so good. He's a good talker. He does everything good. And that's what I like with long distance. It's they share things. There is really something in between the athletes that in ITU you can't really get friends with people. We of course get along with each other, but it's just different. It's just different. And we all race the same races every weekend. It's like 60 people traveling the world, and that's it. In long distance, you can race the same weekend. There's maybe 3 different 70.3. So you can just share the races and have fun, and that's a different mindset.
I think when you're doing the longer distance races, it's you against you and you against the course, right? And and really you're not going to impact somebody else's race. Where in ITU racing, where you swim and where you come out of the water and someone makes a move on the bike and you're slowing somebody else down, you do impact each other. It's not just about you. It's about everybody, the dynamics of the whole race, which is cool. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it keeps away from the individuality of you just racing and going as hard as you can.
Yeah. Last weekend in Abu Dhabi, we kind of had a team tactic for Leo Berger to get the world title.
Yes.
And I raced against a guy like Alexis. But I love Alex. He's a really good dude, and I love him. I text with him once a week, and I love him, but I had to race against him.
Right.
And in long distance, no, you perform, you win the race, and that's it. You don't race against anyone.
No, you
race the field. That's
and talking about that race, so the technique, the goal was, because for Leo to win the world title, you had to have Alex finish 4th, Hayden finish 6th, and if the odds on that were pretty slim, you assume, but you guys, it was masterful in what you guys did.
Yeah. I mean, we've been working on it for a while, and a few days before the race, Dorian Cunnings, he was supposed to be also helping, but he got a bit sick, so he went on the side for the race. But yeah, we just always believed we could do it, and we were really like behind Leo and really like putting confidence and telling him he can do it, and yeah, I think it was a great race. It's good when the outcome is really positive, and it also sends a message to all the racers, all the athletes, that if there is a will, there is a way, and there is, like, even if the odds are really low, it's still
possible.
Yeah, just try. If you never try, you never know, and yeah, it's 100% of the players, the winners, they tried at some point. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, we had fun, and it's always rewarding. And Leo he's
a great kid.
He's a really nice guy. Yeah, it's really, like, genuinely a good guy, and yeah, I was really happy for him. Yeah, just genuinely happy. He's a great guy, deserves it.
Well, and if you look at, I mean, Leo and yourself, I mean, there's Sam Laidlaw.
Yeah.
Sam Laidlaw, just basically, if Gustav doesn't run 2:36 marathon, he wins. If Gustav runs 2:38, Sam's the winner of the Ironman.
Yeah.
So you guys would have the Ironman world title as well as the triathlon championship. That's a pretty big year for France.
Yeah. Sam, I know Sam. I raced him in ITU like 10 years ago.
Yes.
And he's a good kid too. He actually stayed in my house in Girona a couple of weeks ago after Kona, and he's just a good guy, and I love him. I love the racing style that he has, because it's kind of similar to mine, and
absolutely.
And yeah, he has zero complex, and he's half French, half British, so it's a good mix. But when the jokes are sometimes a bit borderline, I guess. But yeah, we have some humor in France, and yeah, I really like Sam. He's a good kid.
Yes.
And I hope he get that win in Kona or wherever it's gonna be. But yeah, he can for sure. He can.
So in early November, you get Bermuda.
Yeah, that was
pretty special.
Yeah, that was not really expected. I mean, I was injured for 8 weeks almost without running.
Was that a stress fracture?
That was my Achilles. I tore my Achilles, so that was big deal. And I mean, it was a slow comeback. I had to be really careful, and at some point I got the green light for the doctors. Went up the mountains in altitude, and yeah, I just had 6 weeks to be fit or to be injured again. And I took my chance, trained really hard, lived the monk lifestyle for a few weeks, and I showed up in Bermuda. I was not 100% confident, but I knew the numbers were good, and I had a good shot at winning. I was also, like, I'll be honest, but I was lucky that Hayden White and Alex and Leo weren't racing. And yeah, I played my cards, swam really hard, biked really hard, and I had a little buffer before the run. That's exactly what I needed. And get back with the win, hold the tape. Been a while, and yeah, that's the best feeling.
First podium in a year?
Oh yeah, I think my last World Series win was 2020 maybe.
Oh
so
my God.
Yeah. So that was really good. That was really good. I mean, they say you can't buy happiness, but you can't buy a win like this either.
What was what was going through your head when you're in that run, and okay, I've gone through the dark part, and I'm going to win this race?
Yeah, I mean, for 9.5 Ks, I was like, well, it's not happening. Like
somebody's gonna be coming.
Yeah, they're just playing, they're waiting, and they're gonna pass me. But I was like, even if they pass me, I still have some gas. I can maybe play for it. And like 200 meters before the finish line, I was like, oh, you're actually gonna win this race. And you're just thinking about all the days you did not run, and the people that gave you all the pep talk and everything, and my coach going with me to the hospitals and seeing doctors and being up all night long to ask, like, the medical staff what we can do, what we can't do,
right.
and also keeping me upright, because sometimes I was just waking up and I was like, I just don't want to train, I just don't want to do nothing.
It's scary.
Yeah, I just like I'm 33, and you kind at a crossing roads. You kind of like, maybe I can retire now. It's good. 3 times Olympian, 2 times world champion. Can I just go now?
33 is way too young. Come on.
And you're like, I still love it. I still love this game.
That's all that matters.
I still having fun, and you're like, okay, I'll give it a go. I'll try. And I think this win really put back the sparkle, in me, and now and many people, I was texting with people, and that's the sentence that was coming back a lot. It was just have fun. Just have fun. You won races, you made the money, you settled down, you're good. Now it's time to enjoy, have fun, do your thing, share with the kids.
Right.
And that's exactly what I'm seeking now. It's just, we're going to start a foundation in January and try to help the kids that country train or can't afford to pay for things. And that's exactly what I want to do now. It's just, it's just about sharing, having fun, bringing friends to races, enjoying the moment. And that's exactly what I want to do.
I mean, the sport can be very selfish. The amount of time you're spending swimming, biking, running, cardio, physio, all that type of stuff. But when you have something like with the kids, it makes it worthwhile because you realize you're doing it not just for yourself, but for others.
Yeah, and I mean, that's also something that I would like people to do for me. When you're young, you're a bit wondering, you have more questions than answers.
Right.
And when a kid shows up and have a really random and basic question, you're like, well, that's a question I could have asked. And you just want someone that really tells you the truth and answer to you. But I'm not, when I see kids and they're 10 years old and say, I want to be like you, I want to be a pro triathlete, I'm like, yeah, but, real life is not Instagram. There is really good moments, we're flying business class, all that, but some days it's not fun. And I remember talking to a friend and he said, why you say things like that? I'm like, and if I have kids, I'm not sure I want them to be pro athletes. I'm not sure. It's really rewarding. You cross the line, you win a race, you world champion. You have thousands of people around you think how good you are, how good looking you are, and all that. But for the past 8 to 10 weeks, you go to bed. You go to bed alone. You wake up. There is no WhatsApp on your phone. Huh?
No.
Yeah, you're by yourself, and it's just you and yourself. So you get back to family, real friends, and you understand how the system works. And I mean, you go with it, or you just stay in bed. And I was just it's not all about me. It's about the message I'm sending. Right. I can just say, okay, I'm not good enough, and it's done. Or you can just tell people, whatever you want, just work hard, get it. And that's exactly what I want the kids to do in sport, in school, or people in the job or whatever. You just want people to don't give up and keep trying. And I don't know, it's just a new, I won't say a new me, but it's just step in your life. In 2016 after the Olympics when I went to Kenya and I had this eyes opener. It's a bit the same now. You're just you can be injured, you can be really low, but if you want it, you'll fight for it and you'll eventually get there. And if you don't, just the journey was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're learning.
I remember when we chatted about the Kenya experience. That changed you.
Yeah. It's I'm every day I'm grateful for what I have, for people I meet, for all that. And it's just now it's just a different mindset and it's been 4 years now and 5 years now, and I just want to come back. I just want to go back again.
You want to go back?
Yeah, I want to go back, but I'll go back with, I don't know, with 4 or 5 bags and full of stuff, and just get rid of the stuff that are useless, things that people, they can't afford or whatever. Right. And it's just being grateful for what we are, being just aware of how lucky we are, and I mean, my job is 99% people hobbies, so it's just I'm making money having a hobby. Right. So it's just saying this sentence in my mind when I think about my father work at a factory since he's 16, woke up at 4, being at work at 5, and never complain or nothing. You're I'm doing triathlon, I'm racing on a NASCAR track. Everyone wants to do this thing. Everyone wants to be me. So it's just about
I want to be you.
It's just about realizing how lucky we are, and just if it stops tomorrow, it stops tomorrow, but we had a good life.
What did you learn about yourself through this last year?
That I think I learned that it's all about positive vibes, and there's a sentence, I'm not sure how to say it in English, but we say you're as good as the average of the people you being around.
Right.
So surround yourself with good people. Have
Yes.
positive mindset around you.
Always.
Just if people are against you, because now with social media, everyone has some like kind of they can say whatever they want. They're hidden behind the keyboard and they're like, oh, Luis is down. Luis injured every year. Da 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 da. But negativity never made anyone grow.
Never.
So just surround yourself with people, not people that will lie to you, not people that will tell you,
No, they're not going to blow smoke.
you injured, but next year you'll be Olympic champion. No, just people saying, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're doing, be proud of it. You're doing your best. That's all that matter. If you're happy doing it, keep doing it. And I think that's what I learned is pick the people, handful of people, but make sure they're on your side and they won't let you down. And sometimes they have to. I mean, my best friend, he sometimes sends me rough messages, huh? Like, wow, who do you think you are? You think you can give up? No, I would like to be in your life. I would love to fly business class, being in these big hotels and all that. So you're lucky to be there. Keep your spot because everyone wants it.
Everybody wants it. Everybody would trade places
Yeah.
at any time.
So
to be a professional athlete.
That's I think my take
honored,
from this year is good people bring you happiness, good mindset, positive vibes. That's all you need in life.
You figured it out, and you're still a young guy, and you figured it out really early, man. It's good people. It is good people. It's people who care about you, but care enough to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I think that's good. And just, when people that are just happy, people that are just, good vibes. You go to a cafe, you enter, and people are smiling at you.
Yes.
Smile is just contagious. So it's just a good thing when you're polite with people are polite with you. When you respect someone, they respect you. So it's just like being in this positive mindset. I think that's what I learned this year.
So after the Olympics, when you dedicate full time to long distance, you're going to find even more happiness, because I just think there's something really special about the long distance, just the whole connection between the age grouper and the pro, and the charity that you'll create will benefit from that. You're just getting started. This is, this last year sort of has opened up a new part of your career.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I mean, we went for coffee just now, and around the table there were like 7 or 8 nations.
Yes.
And it's good to discover people, talk to people, just random things. Not 100% triathlon because, you just want to learn about what they're doing, how they, everything. And we don't have that in ITU. It's really different. And I'm really looking forward to it and having more breakfast with Bev.
I love it.
Just having fun.
Vincent, always such a treat to get to chat with you, man. And hopefully you'll be kicking some butt out here on Friday.
Yeah. Hopefully, I think we'll have a great race, fast and furious.
Yes.
And I'll see you out there.
I love it. Vincent Luis has been our guest again. That is a wrap from day one of Breakfast with Bob from beautiful CLASH Daytona. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. See ya.